What's up guys, I'm just gonna explore here today, and we're at the famous Multnomah Falls in Oregon, which is probably one of the most famous waterfalls in the entire United States, and we got this whole place to ourselves. All right, so as you can see with this shot, it's very difficult for me to fit this entire bridge in frame, even with a 17mm. And honestly, I don't really want to try, because if you look at the sky, it's just pure white blown out. It's not gonna be very good looking. So I'm gonna do like any other big scene that I can't entirely fit in a frame. I'm gonna focus on the cool part of it, which is this bridge right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some kind of crop like this. But I'm gonna go silhouette myself right there, right behind that white. Long exposure, probably like 0.6 seconds, so I will have to stand still during it. But I am wearing a black jacket, so I think I should be good. You should be able to see me. Probably gonna do like 50 shots at like a 0.6 exposure. Check the shot out. All right, so in order to see and get the full experience of this waterfall, we're actually gonna do 5 waterfalls total. So there's this loop called the Wahkeena Loop where you can loop around and do the entire trail area. So we're actually gonna start on the opposite side of the loop, and then we're gonna hit that and come down that waterfall last, because there's a few other famous waterfalls along this trail, and we want to get them before other people get them, and the other famous one is on the other side, Fairy Falls. Well guys, the start of this trail is not fun. I've run into like probably a million webs right now. I don't know why. It's like fresh morning and there's spiders all over this first little pathway.
You're never gonna get down this trail because of that.
Yeah, I mean there's just full on web right in the middle of the trail. Look at that guys. Already got bit by one right there. Literally just felt a pinch on my leg. They're everywhere. It's always weird showing up to these waterfalls in person versus pictures. Like I'm at Fairy Falls right now. This looks way smaller in person than it did online. Like, look at that. Whereas if you watch my last vlog at Panther Creek Falls, that one I expected to be way smaller and was actually way bigger than I expected in person. It's just like so luck of the draw when you show up to these places. The hardest part about this shot right now is how bad the sky is. Like, if you look at that, it is extremely, extremely bright to the point where even if I were to like Photoshop in a new sky, it would be difficult because there's so many trees out there just getting ruined by that insanely bright light. All right, so I ended up finding this as a foreground. I know it's not exactly ideal because it's a blend of, you know, a pathway and nature, but I still think it's really cool because of all these cloves that are growing out of the bottom here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus stack all these points and then get probably like a 0.8 shutter of it. I don't really need more than a second because the water's moving so fast. Then I'm gonna take another shot of that sky, but a severely underexposed sky that I could layer on top of that. So when that blown out sky comes into play, when I'm editing, I can just replace it with the non-blown out sky. Yeah, check this shot out. Oh my God, I do not like crouching for that long. My knees feel like they're about to explode. So I have to be like literally right on the ground there, and you can't sit because there's water running all around you. I have no idea where Haley went. She left down the trail like, I want to say like 10 or 15 minutes ago, but I assume she just went around the corner, but She was nowhere in sight. I seriously have no idea where Haley went. She normally doesn't just like walk off like this. Well, I found Daphne, so Haley must be close.
Daphne! Oh.
Where'd you go?
I thought you came up.
No, I was literally taking a photo, then you just wandered off.
I didn't see you. I thought you came up. I saw you walk down the trail a bit.
No, I was literally
like
just...
After that guy left, I saw you like walk up a little bit, I think, and then I didn't see where you went after that. So I just
No, I was literally taking a photo of the waterfall, and then I just watched you walk away, and I'm like, okay.
Where were you?
Well, we're together now, and that's really all that matters. That was ridiculous.
Dude, I was legit like running up the trail because I thought you had went ahead of me. And then I saw that old dude across the other side, and I was like, there's no way that he went in front of that old dude. I thought you were like mad at me for a second.
I thought you were mad at me. So ironically enough, on a trail with 5 or 6 famous waterfalls, this one little patch of trees on this hillside with these light beams passing through is the most interesting part of this trail so far for me. And I think that's the thing I love most about photography is you show up these places expecting the light to hit what you want, and it always ends up hitting something else. And sometimes I guess not even sometimes. More often than not, it's usually not what you expect, and it's some pleasant surprise like this. Like, this is just awesome. All right, so I'm gonna get an Instagram-esque shot here. So I wanna get a shot of all these rays of light coming down through the trees here with all these hundreds of trees shooting up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go walk along this pathway here, and even though I'm wearing this green shirt right here, unfortunately, I'm probably gonna blend in a little bit. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to find one of these light patches right here and really make sure that the light is hitting me from the side to help make my shirt almost glow a bit. And what I can do in post-production is I could actually add a little bit of a light glow on the outside of my shirt as well, just to accentuate that I'm standing there a little bit more. So let's go ahead and check the shot out. I'm probably gonna square crop it, but I might honestly not, depending on this scene, because there's so much here, it kind of fits the image to not square crop it. So here's what I decided on. So the scary thing about this place is there's like all this shit just falling down from the trees. Like you'll just hear like little crashes around you everywhere, and these trees are so tall. Like, look at that. So it's like, it almost feels like at any second you can just get hit in the head with a branch. So in case you ever wondered what burnt sap looks like, that's what it looks like. This whole place is like ravished from a forest fire from a long time ago. And there's basically dead trees everywhere. But it's like also like very also grown in, like as you can see, we're walking through brush that are like as high as us. So it's like very green, but all the trees are dead. It's kind of weird. All right, so I found a quick little snap that's a perfect example of what I was just talking about, where you get that growth. So I found a shot that just accentuates what I was just talking about. So that growth of plants that's like 3-4 feet high, just surrounded by dark trees. Check this out. So look at this forest right here. And if you isolate this down here, you get just pure green and stark black burnt trees. So I'm gonna go ahead and snag a quick shot of that, making sure to keep the sky out of it because the sky is not doing us any favors. But check that out. All right guys, well the sun is officially in full effect. So I'm praying to the waterfall gods that it has not touched them yet. Stay positive about it. I think this is the best thing to do right now. Still got 3 waterfalls to go. All right, so we're walking along the trail and all of a sudden just out of nowhere, bloop, waterfall, bloop, cliff. All right, so this obviously isn't a good shot to get a photo, so we're gonna see if we can get A little lower. I think that might be the only view of the waterfall. We're walking down the trail a little bit and it's cliffs and more cliffs. And there's no trail down there. And yeah, we are gonna continue to navigate right on the edge of the cliff for the tail end of this hike. Hopefully there's another waterfall. Holy shit. Look at that. This one actually looks cool, guys. You can get down to it. All right, so we're gonna find a composition here. Stacked. Because I need a full waterfall. Bye bye. So we're at the scene of the crime, and check this out. No, 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 no. That is not what I want. So I'm gonna get a little closer over this way, and now check it out. No mas. Now I'm gonna find a composition right here where I don't have the sun going right into my lens. All right, we got a fun, minimalist composition here. So the things I like about this shot are the water and this log, and maybe some of this action down here, this little creeping upstream right there, and then this other log. This one's kind of cool too. But I'm gonna darken everything in the shot except for those elements right there. I'm probably even gonna darken up here so it kind of just looks like just water just flowing out of this like never-ending black abyss. Definitely an abstract shot, definitely surreal, definitely minimalist, but it's in the mood right now. It's what I want. Check this baby out. Yeah, so we've been shooting a lot of waterfalls lately, even ones that I haven't vlogged. Like for example, here's 2 recent photos of other waterfalls I've taken. And I'm starting to get a little burnt out of waterfalls. So doing these more abstract interpretations of them is my way of trying to make something new out of something I've been shooting so much recently. All right, so soon we should, I'm gonna turn the camera this way. We should be approaching the waterfall we saw at the very beginning of the shoot, but we're gonna be coming from the top of it. So I'm interested in how this perspective is gonna change as we approach it from this different angle. As you can see, the parking lot way down there. You would not want to fall off that. It's almost hard for me to conceptualize the fact that we're above that and all that water right there is flowing off the giant waterfall. It just doesn't feel like reality. All right, so now we just gotta walk down like 50 fucking switchbacks until we get back to the bottom. This part of the hike's honestly very boring, so I'm just gonna skip right to the bottom. Bye. Woo! All right, we are back at the homestead. Got some fresh peaches. I'm gonna call it a day. So thank you for watching. Hit that like, sub, and we'll see you next time. Peace.